Massmart is calling on government to ease its visa rules. It says cutting the red tape will make it easier for skilled people from abroad to work in our country. And the group also saying it will boost the tourism industry as well by making it hassle-free for tourists. Massmart chairperson Kuseni Dlamini joining us. Mr. Dlamini, good morning to you. I appreciate your time. I'm not sure if your camera is off. No, there you are. You are actually on. Good to have you with us. So, red tape. We even have a red tape team within the presidency, I understand. But is it doing enough for you?
Thank you very much, Gareth, for having me. Firstly, I'd like to pass our condolences to our colleagues in KZN and all the people of KZN affected by the floods which are ravaging the province. And let's hope that the relief efforts are going to bring some hope and turn the situation around. Absolutely, Gareth, the issue of liberalizing and actually making our visa regime to be user-friendly and efficient is just so important in terms of the economic recovery and reconstruction project, which is so urgent now given the COVID pandemic as well as the floods that you were just referring to now. South Africa is far away from most centers of global economic activity. We therefore have to go the extra mile in making sure that it is easier and more efficient for people to be able to visit our country as tourists, but also more importantly, there's a global war for talent, Gareth. Companies around the world are scrambling for the few talented resources that are available. Highly skilled people are very mobile and they can easily move from one geography to another. We struggle in South Africa in many of our big companies to have talented people, and the visa regime has got to be helpful in terms of making sure that it's fast, it's efficient, and it's user-friendly for individuals and for companies as well.
Let's talk about these highly skilled workers for a moment, Mr. Dlamini, if you don't mind. So incoming workers, you're saying highly skilled workers are needed. Tell me what sectors, where do we need these highly skilled workers? And then you can tell me why the visa is such an issue as well. Because I was under the impression we were in the middle of a brain drain as a country. We're trying to keep our talent in this country and not have them leave, but I'm understanding you're saying there are experts from overseas that we need. What sectors are you talking about?
You're absolutely right on the brain drain. There was a report that indicated that we've lost about 1 million skilled South Africans through emigration over the past 5 years. But looking back in terms of skills coming into our economy, we need high-end skills, especially at senior executive level. There is a shortage of talent. When you look at the top executives that will be in the C-suite, run sophisticated and complex companies, the skills are very few and far in between. And secondly, we're seeing the global economy and our own economy pivoting towards digitalization. Those skills are very, very few and far in between as well. There's a competition for them. Software engineers, data specialists, and robotics specialists. Those are areas of high demand in terms of skills. And that is where we need to position ourselves as a location of choice for the best talent from any part of the world so that they can choose to come to South Africa and then underpin our modernization and digitalization and ultimately the global competitiveness of our own economy.
And one could argue as well that hopefully if those skill sets do come over here from the various parts of the world, they'll also transfer those skills to the local market as well, so we'll be able to do it for ourselves. But I don't want to go off track with you, Mr. Dlamini. I just want to talk about the visa for a second as well. When we say we need to ease the visa rules, we can't ease all of them. We can't just take away any of the visa regulations. So talk to me about the tourist visa. What part of the tourist visa do you want government to ease up on?
Yeah, if we look at countries such as Rwanda and Kenya, not far from our own borders, they make it very easy for people to just get visas on arrival. If you arrive, you want to go to Rwanda, you can just take off, and then you land at the airport. You'll be able to get a visa, and the Rwandese government has ensured that every African from every part of Africa can actually come in there without having to apply for a visa beforehand. So that makes it easier for people to decide where to visit. And I think for tourists, that matters a lot. And our economy does need our tourism industry to recover and recover fast, because it's one of those sectors of our economy that is labor intensive. we've got a high rate of unemployment. So that's just one area where there are quick wins.
So why do you think government isn't doing it at the moment, Mr. Dlamini? Last question to you. Why do you think government is making it so difficult at the moment? If you were in the mindset of government, what it is that you think they're doing? Why are they holding firm on these visa rules? Last question, briefly, if you could.
It's just to be fair to government, they've said the right things on that, but there's a disconnect between what government says and what government does, especially the speed of execution. I think the focus now it has to be on the speed of execution, not just saying the right things. We've heard our government saying the right things on the visa issue and on tourism. There's no doubt that government is committed to boosting our tourism economy, but they have to be more decisive. They have to move fast in doing what is required in order to assist our tourism economy. Yeah,
absolutely. I think anybody would agree with that. I really appreciate your time in bringing to the fore again Kuseni Dlamini, Massmart and Aspen Pharmacare Holdings chairperson, joining us this morning. Kuseni Dlamini. We're heading up to